afternoon, good evening, whatever this is Thanks and Teddy, brought to you by Tub and Frank. I don't know what happened there. Probably because I didn't record last week, but it got weird. I just want to hit real quick. I'm in the new place. I'm all moved in. I got my house out of the parents' basement, so that's probably why I sound a little different. Forgive me for the echo, but I wanted to match Frankie's echo, so now we're in the same boat, and it's nice. So let's get right into this thing. Episode 38 here. How's your weekend?
My weekend was pretty chill. Didn't do too much. I watched a lot of March Madness. Friday at work, I literally barely worked. I had my TV, that is usually my second screen for my computer, just March Madness games all day.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, I also watched March Madness. I did go out and get some food and a couple drinks later Saturday, but other than that, wasn't really much. And then Sunday, I just kind of hung around and watched more March Madness. I also did buy plane tickets to go to Florida in the end of May, so I did that this week. But other than that, it was a pretty chill and relaxing week. I got a lot of money that I got to be spending here in the next couple months, so it's a good time to start saving. So how about you? How was your weekend?
My weekend was busy. It was probably the busiest weekend I've had in a long time. So closed on my house. Let me backtrack since I missed last week. Closed on my house 2 Fridays ago, and I went right over. We started doing some work, and then I bowled in states. I didn't get to update that. Those were losses. Was I here for updating that? No, I was. My weeks are off.
Yeah.
Hang on. No, I'm right. Anywho, all throughout the week after work, I went to the house, did some work, painting, some electrical, had a lot of help. My mom and dad were great. And then I took Friday off from work to finish up, do a bunch of work. And I knew I was going out for St. Patty's, so I wanted to get a lot done during the day, which I did. It was great. Went out for St. Patty's, got my green beer. Ended up going to a couple bars, so that was a fun time. Had to stay at a buddy's. Don't drink and drive, kids. Saturday, woke up really early. I think I went to bed at like 3 or 4 on Friday night, and I woke up at like 8 on Saturday, so I was hurting. I just had this weird pit in my stomach all day, just from probably green beer. I had a Jaeger bomb. I was mixing shit, so that never works out well. But then Saturday, just came back to the house, did some more work, moved in on Sunday, and then I was done before the MSU game on Sunday, so that was great. And then I moved in Sunday. My first night was Sunday night, so I wasn't scared. I didn't even cry. I'm on my own again though, so it's really weird being alone.
Do you have a teddy bear or any stuffed animal for extra safety?
Nope, it's on the way. I bought it on Amazon. It's actually a
good.
stuffed elephant. Just kidding.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, it's great, man. Independent. I feel like a real grown-up having a house payment. Luckily, I don't have to pay for a little bit. I was excused for April, which is amazing. I don't know how that all works out, but my first payment isn't until May 1st. So,
There you go.
I got all my stuff in. Most of it is unpacked. I still have some miscellaneous things to do. But let's get into some locks and long shots here. Actually, before we do, I do want to say this too. My weekend recaps are going to be pretty boring coming up here, living alone now. I don't know, though. I still probably go out and shit. So, never mind. I take that back.
I was going to say, mine are probably about to get the opposite of boring because
right.
Everybody wants to hang out before I leave for Memphis. So
Exactly.
It's about to get
I'm sure we'll
real
hang out
busy.
once or twice. So last time you updated, so I didn't have locks last week. But anyways, this week we're going basketball for both. March Madness, greatest time of the year. MSU -2 against Kansas State, Thursday at 6:30. And this is a very simple one. It's Tom Izzo. MSU, I watched both their games in full. Like, I took a break from working to watch the games. And they look incredible. They're playing great basketball. They're playing incredible defense. And I think they're laying 2. Give me that all day. Kansas State just had the game of the year against Kentucky. They looked great, but guess what? Their point guard's like 5'4". He's going to get shut down. He's not going to drop 27 like he did against Kentucky. MSU wins by 10.
I thought it
long
would take
shots. my long shots here. Princeton has also looked incredible. Neither of their games were close, correct? Or am I wrong?
I think, well, their first one was against Arizona. That game was pretty good. Tight game there. But then I'm looking right now. So they won. Yeah, they beat Arizona by 4, Missouri by 15.
Yeah.
And now they play Creighton.
And it's Creighton. I know Creighton's a good team. Like they're great shooters, but I needed a long shot. This one looks juicy. I'm gonna sprinkle on the money line. My long shots are at 13 and 25, so better than Frankie, but not good. So we're gonna look to correct that here, especially this summer. We're gonna do a lot of long shots this summer that are kind of just based on me drinking, I think, and I'll just drink a lot and then get my long shots to almost 500. I'll just keep bumping up my beer line to like 2 extra beers every time I hit it, and we'll see how it goes.
Until you find your nice average.
Yeah, you find that limit, you know. All right, go ahead on your locks and long shots.
So my locks last week, we had Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Obviously, hasn't been finalized, but I'm still super confident in that one. I don't think there's any other team that he goes to. I don't even think there's a chance he returns to the Packers. Then I had, for basketball, I had Furman plus 5.5. They won outright, so that was a dub. Missouri plus 1.5. They won outright. That was a dub. And then Houston minus 19.5. They kind of burned me and Jake.
Yep.
We both thought this was going to be an absolute hammer lock of the century, and it wasn't. They won, but they only won by like 8, I think. So not a win on that one. 8-4-1 on locks now. This week I'm going with a parlay, and I know it's hard to have a parlay as a lock, but I'm also kind of fading Jake here.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, it's a long shot.
It's a lock, but yours.
I'm saying mine is a long shot, the one you're fading.
So I have Creighton money line against Princeton, Bama money line versus SDSU, and then Connecticut money line versus Arkansas. Parlay comes out to plus 136. I just don't see any of these teams losing. I think between Bama and UConn, they might be 2 of the top 3 teams left in the tournament. And I just don't think they're going to lose this weekend. So that's my lock. Long shots.
How can you bet against... Hang on. How can you bet against the Must Bus?
Yeah,
They are electric right
I
now.
struggled on that because I haven't been betting on Arkansas. I think I've faded Arkansas both games so far. And every time, as soon as I place a bet, I think, damn, like, I forget about Must Bus. And then it burns me, and then the next game I forget about him again, and I get burnt again. So just willing to stay on the streak of getting burnt, honestly. That's fair enough. That's where I'm at. But
it's fair enough. Make him prove you wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
even though he has.
No,
twice.
they have twice. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Long shots. We did get a dub. We finally got a dub this year on long shots. I am 1-14 on my long shots. I'm not sure what this number is after. I've never seen that in my entire life. But I hit Furman money line. Huge dub on that one. Plus 195. Got that one pregame. I'll talk about another one later that I wish I had pregame. And then I missed Oral Roberts money line. I mean, that was...
They looked like garbage.
Yeah. I think I took Duke in almost all of my brackets, but I did take Oral Roberts for some reason in this one. I think if Oral Roberts was playing anybody else, they probably win. But I shouldn't say anybody else. Any other 5 seed, they probably win. Anyways, 1-14. This week I'm going UConn to win the Natty at plus 900. I think if any of the top seeds slip, like Bama or Houston, even Texas, I think that UConn is potentially the 3rd best team in this tournament right now. And giving me plus 900 on them, I feel like is a pretty good number. Looking at who they would have to play, it's where it gets tough. Basically, if they can beat Arkansas and then either Gonzaga or Utah, I think that they have a perfectly fine chance of making the Final Four and the national championship. So we'll see from there.
What seed is UConn? Are they a 5 seed?
They are a 4 seed.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't hate that. That's a great long shot. They were
Also
really good at the start of the year, too. Weren't they ranked like 6th or 7th at one point?
Yeah, they've been good all year. I think they made it up to number 1 for a minute, but
Shit. I remember they started the year hot, and then they fell off just a little bit.
I will say one I'm keeping my eye on. Gonzaga is currently the underdog against UCLA, and I kind of like Gonzaga.
Don't. UCLA is going to trash them.
I'm going to stay off of it, but I faded UCLA in a lot of my brackets because of, I don't even remember his name, but he tore his Achilles, so he's out. And he was one of their best players, so I was kind of fading that, and I'm hoping that it
is that the dude with the last name that sounds like Jizz or something? It's like Juzang?
No, Johnny Juzang's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still healthy. But UConn plus 900.
I like that. Not going to ride it, but I'll root for you. Let's hit some World Baseball Classic. I haven't watched anything except for I watched the first 5 innings of Mexico-Japan last night. So I'll hop in there. Why don't you give me a little recap up until then?
Well, so last week I talked about how the Dominican Republic was the monster of this tournament, and they were the outright favorites, and I thought about betting them straight up to win the entire thing. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I didn't, because they got knocked out in pool play. They ended up losing to Puerto Rico 5-2 in their last game. And, yeah, what I thought was the best team in pool play, on paper, they 100% were. They weren't. They got eliminated, and I believe, checking their record right now, they ended up going 2-2, so not that great.
Well, give me some names.
I didn't know if you had.
Give me some names on the team. I know they were stacked because I remember reading about how stacked they were, but I can't remember names. They've got Devers, correct?
So their starting lineup in their game against Puerto Rico was Juan Soto,
okay,
Julio Rodriguez,
okay,
Manny Machado, Rafael Devers,
wow,
Eloy Jimenez,
holy
Wander
shit,
Franco, Ketel Marte, Jamer Candelario, and then Gene Segura, Francisco Mejia, and Teoscar Hernandez.
I mean, we're talking about a team that has players at each position who are top 5 in their positions.
Yes.
Close to. Most of them are.
Except for Candelario, but
I wouldn't say Jimenez is top 5 in his position either.
No.
The others, however, not Gene Segura either. But the others.
Between Soto,
give me Puerto Rico's lineup.
Devers,
do you have that right there?
Wander. Oh, yeah. Puerto Rico actually also has a pretty good lineup. They have Francisco Lindor, Kike Hernandez, MJ Melendez. I believe this is E. Rivera. I don't remember what his first name is. Javi Baez. Rosario. What's his name?
Eddie Rosario.
Yes, Eddie Rosario. Christian Vasquez. Machine, I've never heard of him, but he's a first baseman, and he has a last name Machine, so that's pretty dope. And then Martin Maldonado.
So, yeah, pretty decent team, but nothing compared to DR.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was kind of...
I can't believe they didn't even make it out of pool play.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for them to not make it out of pool play was just a huge upset. And then on the U.S. side... Trey Turner is a fucking monster and has become Captain America. For those of you that don't know, I believe it was Saturday? Yes, Saturday against Venezuela. U.S. was down going into the 8th inning. We were down 7-5. And bases get loaded for Trey Turner, and he hits an absolute, no doubt, grand slam.
Actually, sorry, you know what it was? You know what it was? It was a tank.
It was a tank.
Yeah.
Hit an absolute tank. U.S. takes the lead, never looks back, wins 9-7, knocks out Venezuela, and that advanced us to the semifinals on Sunday, which we swept Cuba just 14-2. Just absolutely blew them out of the water. Mm-hmm. I believe in those 2 games, Trey Turner had 3 home runs, one of which was a game-winning grand slam. So, yeah, I'm going to call him Captain America for a while.
That was in like the 4th inning.
No, it was the 8th inning.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were.
We took the lead and never gave it up.
Nope,
Yeah.
I know. I got my games confused.
So with that, I'm actually riding Trey Turner tonight on Prize Picks with his over 1.5 bases. If anyone, well, nobody will hear that, but
that's easy.
I rode on his over 1.5 bases for the game against Japan, which we won in the championship. So,
I
USA
like what
World
you did
Baseball
there.
Classic
I
winners.
like what you did there.
Heard it here first. Yes.
Yep. So I did watch Mexico Japan last night, the first 5 innings, and I have one point that I want to make. Japan, I don't even remember how they scored. I don't even know how Mexico scored, but it was like 3-0.
So Mexico, actually, I know how Mexico scored. Luis Arias hit a 3-run bomb to take the lead off of this Japanese phenom. I don't remember what his first name is, but Sasaki. He's 21 years old and has been lights out in World Baseball Classic. His average fastball yesterday was it yesterday? Yeah. His average fastball yesterday was like 100.4 miles per hour.
Wow.
And I don't think he can sign with the U.S. team until 2027.
Why?
Because he's under contract in Japan until then.
Oh, wow. But I just remember I was watching the game, and Japan... Sorry, I thought my door just opened. See, that's the problem living alone, is that I freak out every little noise. Like, it was probably my lunchbox tipping over. But you can see my door, so, I mean, if you see a person, you just let me know, okay?
Oh, yeah, I will.
But anyways, so I'm watching the game. Japan was mashing the ball, and Mexico, they robbed a home run. Everything was warning track. I remember looking at my buddy, I go, I feel like we got to go take Japan Moneyline live. They're going to blow this game. And sure enough, I didn't take the money line, but I get home from bowling, and Japan had taken the lead. They ended up winning the game. And I really just wish I would have went and taken it, because it was like 6th inning or something. It was 3-0. Maybe 5th. I could be wrong there. But it was 3-0. I'm like, I'm going to go take the money line. But I wasn't betting because I'll be at a casino all weekend, so got to save some money this week.
And not going to lie, Mexico actually has a pretty decent roster, like between Randy Rosarina, Alex Verdugo, Joey Meneses, Rowdy Tellez, Isaac Paredes, Luis Urias,
Trash.
Alec Thomas, Pablo Sandoval, Jose Urquidy, Jordan Romano. Like, their pitchers are loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for them to lose is kind of, I don't want to say shocking, because I feel like there's a lot of Japanese players that are really good but underrated because they play in Japan and nobody really gets to see them.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Japan has the best player in the world right now, Shohei Ohtani. So,
hot take. Verdugo should not play for Mexico.
who should he play for?
That dude is the most American-looking Mexican I've ever seen in my life. He looks like a white boy from, like, Tennessee. Or am I crazy?
I don't know about that.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah,
Dude, I swear to God. I was shocked. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody different.
So, quick question for you. I know you haven't watched a lot of it, but there's been a decent amount of injuries already.
Yep.
We lost Diaz to a torn patellar injury.
Yeah, dude, Verdugo looks like Luke
year.
fucking Combs. He looks like a country singer. This is like...
That's debatable.
This is crazy. Dude, he looks like a country singer. Okay, okay, I better stop because this is probably... Oh, he played for the Loons. I didn't know that. Like, I probably sound shitty
either.
right now, but he looks like Luke Combs. He looks like a skinny Luke Combs who's athletic.
Anyways.
Like, this dude should be singing about beer in his truck, and instead he's playing for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. All right, yeah. I saw Diaz. I saw he was celebrating and got hurt.
Yeah.
What were the other... That's the only injury I saw.
So, Jose Altuve broke his thumb on a hit by pitch. He will be out for, I think they said, like 6 to 8 weeks. And then Nolan Arenado got hit in the hand.
Okay.
No official injury. I know he came out of the game, but I think he's okay. But a lot of people are saying that the WBC is not... It's like it's exhibition games and the players shouldn't be playing in them, and it's a big injury risk. Personally, I don't think it's a big deal because either way they're going to be playing in spring training games and they still have the same risk to get injured in spring training games.
That's exactly it. And that's what this is like. It's freak accidents,
Like I would
man.
say,
Like,
I would
shit
say
happens.
spring training is more of an exhibition game than the WBC is. Like the WBC,
Exactly.
you're going out and playing for your country. It's almost like the Olympics of baseball.
Well, and I feel like a lot of these guys probably look forward to maybe playing in the World Baseball Classic one day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like there's guys in the WBC that are MLB players but don't really get much time, or like minor league players that are getting to play in the WBC and maybe get more playing time and make a name for themselves. Whereas playing in spring training, you know, they may be already like looked at as like, oh, these are going to be minor league guys. Come to the
Right.
WBC, they might be starters on their country's team. Like I look at Lars Nootbaar, plays for Japan. He's not a huge name, but like he plays a little bit for the Cardinals. He's not an everyday player. And he's batting leadoff for Japan, and he's hitting 318 in the WBC. Like that's not a huge name, but he's putting up stats against world class teams.
I wanted to look up. I forgot now. Oh, I'm looking up where Alex Verdugo was born.
He was born in Mexico.
Tucson, Arizona.
Oh,
So, okay, what do his parents look like? But yeah, I
you're
100%
really
agree.
deep diving into this.
Dude, he looks like a white boy from Tennessee. Let's see. Parents. I 100% agree with you though. Like, it's up to the players. Like, if they didn't want to, they don't have to go play in this. They look forward to it. Okay, his dad is 100% Mexican. I have no problem anymore.
Thoughts on tonight's game, USA versus Japan? Merrill Kelly versus. I'm not really sure who, because they said it was going to be Yu Darvish, but now it's listing somebody else. Thoughts?
I am obviously riding with America because I am American. As I look, you know, I kind of look like Verdugo a little bit, but I am American. But I can already hear the bald eagle screaming, man. I can just see Trey Turner go ahead home run in the 7th inning, solo shot, and then he's going to come up in the bottom of the 9th. I don't know.
So
They're the
here's
away
the
team.
odds right now. U.S. is the away team. Minus 144 on the money line on FanDuel. Plus 110 for U.S. minus 1.5.
I would not
Over
take,
under 10.5.
I would not take a run line. I would not bet the over under. I would just strictly take USA money line.
How about a Nerf?
Oh, can you bet? Nerf would be sweet. Can you bet first 5?
You can. So if you take the three-way money line, U.S. is minus 104 for the first 5 money line.
I'm about to cook up a nasty SGP. I'll talk about it live on the air. It's gonna be like crazy. I'm putting like $1 on it. It's gonna be like for like $10,500.
First inning, Nerfy is plus 116.
Really?
I
Where are these at? Oh, there it is.
kind of
I'm
like
blind. I'm
the
legally
yes
blind.
run first inning, to be honest.
Wait, you can't do same game parlays?
Oh, probably not.
Maybe you can on FanDuel. Maybe DraftKings is just
No,
trash.
FanDuel you can't.
Anyways, we can loop back to this because I'm gonna try. You can on FanDuel.
No.
Never mind then. Trey Turner to hit a home run plus 330. Yikes.
You get boosted odds. Mike Trout or Trey Turner to hit a home run plus 300.
On FanDuel.
Yep.
Nice. All right, we got to move on because it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to watch the game and be like, I already know what happens. These guys sound like idiots.
Yeah, the U.S. won 8-7.
Okay, should we do some score predictions? That'd be fun. All right,
Sure.
I'm going to take USA 5, Japan 2.
Okay,
No,
my
they're
actual
going to score
prediction.
more runs. 8-2 USA. That's my
My
score.
actual prediction is going to be U.S. 6, Japan 5.
Perfect. I was getting worried that you were going to take Japan, and I'd have to end the show right then and there
No.
and call ice.
I'm all on U.S.
All right. Let's get into some free agency, or you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. I'm going to start with the Lions quick. I'm going to fly through it. So they signed some cornerbacks, very average cornerbacks. Nothing really to be too crazy excited about, but depth is always good. The signing that I loved, believe it or not, was Montgomery, because he's younger than Jamal.
I'm shocked.
Listen, at first I was very upset. I said, why didn't we sign? And then very next day, Jamal signed for less with the Saints. So I was like, what the fuck? However, Jamal is older than Montgomery. Montgomery is going to pair so well with Swift. And like they're just two speed guys, but Montgomery's also going to be able to punch it in from the two. Jamal Williams is like great guy, hilarious, good locker room guy, great for PR, right? However, he's never busting out a big run unless the hole's massive. Montgomery can create space, right? And Jamal, a lot. I don't have actual stats to back this up, but a lot of his touchdowns are from the 1 and 2 yard line. So I'm trying not to be blind by the touchdowns. But I love the Montgomery deal. It's great. He's going to be awesome. Him and Swift together are going to be just chef's kiss. Then we get to, what was it, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. They signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson to a 1-year deal, which was perfect because he's had some injury problems. He's obviously got, I guess you would call it character issues in a sense. Do you remember that game when he was on the Saints?
Was that with him and Michael Thomas?
Denzel Mims? No, Denzel Mims.
Oh.
Denzel Mims ripped his chain off, and he
Yes.
punched him in the helmet. So, but I love that. He's got that dog in him. So anyways, a 1-year deal is perfect. It's like, prove it, we'll extend you. And if he proves it, then fuck yeah, get him for 3-4 years. Safety, can play cornerback. Like, we've only signed defense, really, other than Montgomery, and then we got Graham Glasgow, which is cool. Didn't really need him, but why not have 6 very good offensive linemen, you know?
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset because I've been waiting to bet any team except for the Lions to win the NFC North. And it's just not going my way right now. And I don't want to bet on the Lions to win the NFC North.
Oh, are you saying for your big parlay?
Well, that and just in general, because right now, let me see if they have division winners. They do. So
Lions are
as
favored.
it stacks up right now, Lions are plus 130. The next closest is the Vikings at plus 310. I don't see the Vikings doing it.
I feel like that's good value, though, with the Vikings.
I don't see the Bears doing it. And then
Bears
the Packers are in my heart, but I'll cover the Packers free agency moves here in a second. They're plus 410.
Wait, didn't you actually just covered their moves? They didn't do anything.
Yeah, that was going to be the joke. I was going to say, well, here I'll cover the Packers real quick. So that's what the Packers did so far.
Nothing.
They've done
Not
nothing.
a damn thing.
And they're just letting all their players join the Jets. Like I said last week, the Jets are trying to become the Packers 2.0. So whatever, it's fine. We're fine.
I genuinely think that the Packers haven't done anything because they're so busy trying to make a deal with the Jets.
I don't think they're busy. What I think they're doing is just sitting on it, and they're waiting for the Jets to pay up because they have the leverage right now.
But they want. I saw that they wanted 2 firsts for Rodgers, and that GMs thought that was way overvalued, and that the Jets only offered 2 seconds. Because I still got my long shot of he's not going to the Raiders anymore.
Oh.
But I've got my long shot that they don't get a first for him. So I was like, oh shit.
I think they have to get a first, and I think the Jets are going to pay up eventually.
It's a quarterback you're going to get 2 years out of, though. Are you really going to pay a first?
That's the
I don't
thing.
think anybody would.
I don't know.
He's a great quarterback, though.
I really hope that we at least get 1. If we get 2, that's amazing.
So, last Lions point because it relates a little bit. Darius Slay drama. So there's a report that he couldn't get a deal with the Eagles figured out, and they were going to release him. So the Lions fan in me got very excited that we could just go sign this guy for 1 or 2 years, right? Because I still have my Darius Slay jersey. And then the next day it's like, oh, actually, just kidding. They're working it out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was so confusing because I was like, oh, he's gone. And then the next day I saw him tweeting like, oh, I'm back, just like nothing happened. And I was like,
I still don't even really understand what happened. Like,
I don't think we ever will.
How do you go from night before, yeah, he's gone, they're going to cut him, next day, oh, they worked it out. What the fuck? I saw so many memes of
it's a toxic relationship.
I saw so many memes of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes waiting outside his gate. I was like, yeah, bring him back. Because I still have that jersey. Remember that jersey?
Yep.
I still have that thing. I'm holding on just in case. There was some other news last week. Jalen Ramsey went to the Dolphins in a trade.
I think the Dolphins might have the best cornerback duo in the league.
Ladies and gentlemen, my Discord just froze.
I don't know
so I cannot
how you
hear
feel
Frankie
about that
right now. Let's see if I can get this figured out.
Oh, you froze for a second.
I froze for a long time, and I definitely just talked right over you on our recording, so that's going to be awkward.
Fine. I said,
Say it
I
again,
think
yeah.
the Dolphins have one of the best cornerback duos in the league. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Who's their other corner?
Xavier Howard.
Oh, yeah, definitely up there. Probably the best. I can't really think of anybody else that would be better.
Plus, they still have, their defense is going to be so good. Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, Bradley Chubb, Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, Jalen Ramsey.
That's a good defense.
Wow.
Now they just need a quarterback that doesn't have brain damage.
Yeah. Well, they signed Mike White.
That's true.
So there's always that.
It'll be, man, I saw that Tom Brady might be going to Miami, and I'm not giving up on that. I want him to come back. I want him to just do it every year. I'm retired, and then May, June, he's like,
nah, dude,
I'm back.
Nah, fuck that shit. When Brett Favre did that, that pissed me off so much. And maybe it was because he played for my team. But if Brady does that, there's a whole new level of hatred that will be unlocked inside of me for Tom Brady.
Yep. I like Tom, though. He's a good guy.
Of course you like him. He fucking went to Michigan.
Michigan, man, Yeah. Jimmy G went to the Raiders. They pretty much just replaced an average quarterback with an average quarterback. I think they'll go about 17 games. 7-10, 8-9, 9-8. They'll be right in there. Maybe get a wild card spot, but probably not.
Did you see, I believe it was Colin Cowherd's ice cream flavors take on quarterbacks?
I did not see that.
It was if each quarterback had an ice cream flavor. Jimmy G was birthday cake ice cream, which I love birthday cake ice cream. But he said it looks great on the outside, but then, you get 2-3 bites, and it's just too sweet for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
And then I think the worst one he had was Dak. He said Dak was Neapolitan, which I think Neapolitan's one of the worst fucking ice creams on the planet.
Yeah.
He said you never know what you're going to get. You're either going to get 3 touchdowns or 3 interceptions. They're all pretty good, and it's a top flavor, but you just don't know what you're going to get. And I was like,
he's close on the
not one of
analogy.
the top flavors.
He's close on the analogy. You never know what you're going to get, but deep down inside, Neapolitan is a very average ice cream that nobody actually would want over
exactly.
other
Like
ice
I would
creams.
never choose to have
Nobody
Neapolitan.
goes, let me go pick up this Neapolitan ice cream real quick. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Also, they called
What flavor flavor is Mahomes?
That's what I was going to say. What do you think Mahomes was?
For me, Mahomes would be Superman.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Dude, that's the best flavor. Nope, that's the best flavor.
So he said Mahomes is chocolate chip cookie dough.
Okay,
cookies and cream, he said.
Okay, worse. Chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's what I was thinking.
Or, you ever had Moose Tracks?
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
That's great.
All right, we're off topic. Now we're just talking about ice cream.
Rogers was Rocky Road, by the way.
I fucking hate Rocky Road. It's trash. It's horrible.
Makes sense. He said
what was Goff?
Well, the name adds up, and then just it's a sweet ice cream. It's good, but
I want to know what Jared Goff was. Probably tall drink of water.
Didn't get that far.
All right, let's fly through a couple that aren't really even that big. Dalton Schultz went to the Texans. That'll be big for fantasy owners that are thinking about keeping him because he's going to get a fresh young quarterback with nobody else to throw to except for this Dalton Schultz guy. So That's me. I have Dalton Schultz in a dynasty league. I'm actually thinking about keeping him. Thielen went to the Panthers. That was huge. I couldn't believe the Vikings cut him, and now he's going to have
then he came
a nice...
out and said, "Oh, did you hear what he said?"
No.
He came out and said, "I think the Panthers have what it takes to win it all this year."
I mean, that's just downright the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Who's their quarterback?
They're going to draft somebody.
Oh yeah,
they traded up to number 1.
C.J. Stroud.
I think they want. Yeah, I think they want Stroud.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not going to win it all, but
they got a good quarterback. Didn't they signed a running back too? Who did they get?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I have it up. Control F. Panthers.
I want to be able to know. I know it. I just read it the other day. It was recent.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
Hurry up.
Miles Sanders.
There you go. So they got a decent running back,
And
decent
Hayden
quarterback.
Hurst.
You got Thielen, you got Hurst. Who's their other receiver? They could have
Andy Dalton.
Okay, great. Who's that? Oh, they got that
Great.
one. They got that one wide receiver that's younger.
Thimble, whatever his name is. Tommy Tremble.
Yeah. He's okay, but
Yeah.
their defense, dude, is just not anything.
DJ
Their
Moore.
defense
Oh,
is pretty
no,
bad.
no, they don't have DJ Moore.
Yeah, no DJ. He's gone. But Eckler requested a trade. That was like out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was right after I recorded last week too.
I don't think they'll move him because they're gonna want way too much for a running back.
The only reason he wants a trade is so that he can get paid, and
Right.
nobody's paying up for running backs right now. Which, if there's one running back you're going to pay up for, I think it's probably Eckler. But I don't
I'd say
think
like
anybody's
Eckler,
going to.
Henry,
CMC.
McCaffrey. Yep. And that's maybe
Aaron
it.
Jones,
Maybe.
AJ Dillon.
Definitely not AJ Dillon.
Yeah,
That little fat bitch.
I know one you would never pay up for. Swift.
I agree. Dude's been injured.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a full season. I am not going to
And
be
he
biased
can't
about that
catch.
one. I love Swift. He can catch. This one was kind of fucked up. Darren Waller got traded to the Giants? Yes, traded to the Giants the day after he married his fiance. They got married. His fiance plays for Las Vegas, the WNBA team. What is that? Remind me. Aces. Right? Yes. So it was like, everybody's like, that's so fucked up. Day after his wedding and you trade him, blah, blah, blah. Dude, it's a business. They don't give a fuck what you're doing. They don't care. However, everybody's like, oh, the Aces should trade, I don't remember her name. They should trade her to the New York whatever.
The New York Liberty.
They don't give a fuck either. They're a business too. Like, people think too much heart in sports, man.
You know what's
It's a
crazy
business.
is the Giants would have never had to get a tight end if they would have just signed Evan Ingram.
See, but tight ends are the same way now. If you don't have Kelsey or like maybe Goddard, who cares? Ingram was close, but he's still average.
He was above average
Hawkinson,
last
maybe.
year,
I don't know. Who else am I missing there? Oh, Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
And then I think our last one was Baker to the Bucks. That's going to be cool because I think he's the starter. Correct?
He should be, yeah. Unless they put Kyle Trask out there, which personally, I hope they put Kyle Trask out there. I may or may not have a very big sports card that is Kyle Trask rookie auto patch card. So, Kyle Trask, I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but yeah, that's going to be a small competition between Baker and Trask. See
I've
if
probably
Baker
got
still
some
has it in
Trask
him.
cards laying around too. Who knows though?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go through my shit.
we also forgot Robert Tonyan, big free agent signing by the Bears. So, unfortunately, all of our players are joining either the Jets or the Bears this year. So, great.
You know
Just
something that
great.
pissed me off? Let's wrap this up with something that pissed me off. I don't like Rodgers making a wish list. Oh, get Lazard, get Randall Cobb, get OBJ.
You didn't
Fuck
watch
that.
the Pat McAfee video.
I did not.
He said it's not a wish list. It was just guys that he likes. He doesn't really care if they go out and sign him or anything. He said it wasn't like a demand list. Like, if you didn't get these players, I wasn't signing. He's like, it was just they asked me about guys that I liked and teammates that I liked. Those are the guys I mentioned. Just a coincidence that they went and signed them.
I believe that, except for Randall Cobb. I think he said, go sign Randall Cobb. That's my boy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Cobb's not going to do much for anybody anymore. So
No. Did you know I think he's only 32? Isn't that insane?
yeah, he's not that old. He looks old as dirt, but
Yeah, he looks like he's 55 with like a grandkid on the way, but he's 32.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh well.
Listen. I don't like the Packers, but it's mostly because of Rodgers. I'm kind of excited to see what Jordan Love does, and I want him to be good so that way when the Lions kill him, there's no excuse like, oh, we have a young quarterback.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to wear my John Morant jersey today. For some reason, that just made me think of it. But I got my jerseys
because I
know how much you hate my. No, but I just know how much you hate me and my Memphis sports teams. So
it's not even that I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of fucked up that you're just like, fuck my other teams.
I'm not. They're still
You
number
have
one.
more Grizzlies jerseys than Bucks jerseys, and you don't even live there yet.
True point.
Yes. Yup. Yup.
That's
As long. Listen,
all right. Anyways,
I mean, do what you want to do. I don't like truly deep down. I don't care. It's just fun to give you shit because you, like I just said, you have more Grizzlies jerseys than Bucks jerseys, and you don't even live there.
well, I have in apparel wise, I have more Bucks apparel.
Also, real quick, we don't talk about NBA, but Dylan Brooks is a fuckhead. I hate that dude. I hate him. Like he's just such a scumbag.
Ever since I've taken up a liking for the Memphis Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks has been fined. John Morant was forced away from the team
Literally,
for gun violence.
Yeah.
Just I'm
the
bringing
second
a
you bought those
bad
jerseys,
omen.
the second you bought those jerseys, my whole Insta and Twitter feed is just Dylan Brooks being a bitch and John Morant memes of like him in the club. Or him that preppy picture because he went to a private school and all that shit. It's just hilarious, the timing of it. Let's talk some March Madness, though. I want to go out of order here. I want to start with Purdue. You want to talk about a team that is just the biggest of frauds. Like, the definition of frauds, it just says Purdue.
Yeah.
They lost to St. Peter's. Was it St. Peter's last year?
Yes.
St. Peter's. There was another one the year before that, and now they just lost to a 16 seed. Zach Edey. I don't even know if this is a hot take anymore, but I feel like I've been saying it for a little bit. If he wasn't 7'4", he would not be playing D1 basketball. Because
I don't think
he's 7'4", so obviously he's got height, but he's got the basketball skills of a middle schooler. Dude is trash.
I mean, Farley Dickinson is a very short, small team. And they were just running around him because he's not athletic.
Shortest average height of all the teams in the tournament.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the thing, but there was a stat about all the seeds that Purdue has lost to. They've lost to a 16, 15, 14, 13, 12.
No, they didn't have I saw that too. They didn't have the 14 yet, I think.
Oh, I thought they did.
No, it was either the 13 or the 14 they didn't have yet, but I saw that too, where they need
it's all but like a 14, a 9, a 5, and like a 3 or something like that.
Yeah, there was only 4 they didn't have
other
yet.
Seed.
Yeah. Which honestly, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that have lost to a lot of the seeds, but
no team has failed more epically than Purdue.
Especially not back-to-back years. You lose to a 15 seed last year and a 16 seed this year. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, so then
especially
on the other
with
side
how
of the
good
court,
Purdue was this year too.
So on the other side of the court, looking at FDU, they are the biggest upset in March Madness of all time, and not just because they're the second 16 seed to beat a 1 seed, but I don't know what's going on my work computer right now, but something just happened. They weren't even supposed to be in March Madness. I don't know if you saw this, but
I didn't.
So their conference, the only automatic qualifier that gets in there is the conference winner. Merrimack won the conference.
Okay.
FDU did not. Merrimack, however, is new to D1 basketball, I believe, so they are under the 4-year transition period where they can't go to the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So then FDU was automatically in because Merrimack could not. But then they were also in the play-in game. So they had to win the play-in game after not being an automatic qualifier.
Yep.
Won the play-in game and then beat Purdue.
That's incredible.
I
would still argue I don't know. It's close though. But UMBC, I was going to argue because they won by like 20. But the fact that they weren't even supposed to be there and they were way shorter.
And what makes FDU winning better is how after the play-in game, their coach was like, I watched tape on Purdue and I think we can beat them. For him to say that before playing them and then go out and beat them, that was awesome.
I don't know if you saw, but Dave from Barstool, he watched the FDU game and he's like, these guys are going to beat Purdue. And then he put like,
$4 grand on them.
$4 grand on them and it paid out like 60. Like, what the fuck, dude?
No big deal. My biggest win of my life, well, not my biggest win, but my most electric win of my lifetime was this week when I bet FDU money line at halftime plus 1,000. That was the most fun I've ever had sweating out a bet. And what kind of hurt that, however, was the night before I texted in our group chat and I said, these are the underdogs to watch for tomorrow. My last one, I put FDU with the eyeball emoji, and then I didn't bet it pregame.
Yeah.
So I knew, but I just didn't have the balls to do it.
I had their spread. I had them plus 23. That was good enough for me. I did have their
spread, yep.
I mean, you gave them 23 points, brother.
Yeah, I don't know how Sportsbook was dumb enough to give FDU 23 points after seeing their coach say what he said. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm sorry for anyone who follows our Twitter. I blew it up on Friday during that game.
Yeah, you were going nuts.
Could not. I had a couple drinks. I was at the bar, and I just could not stop tweeting about it.
I was at the bar, and the TV they had the TV that had the game was like a minute and a half behind because I kept getting your tweets, and I was like, "Wait, I haven't seen this yet." So then I pulled it up on my phone, and I've got our notifications on, so everybody crowded around. There's like 8 of us watching, and everybody's like, what the fuck is Tanks and Tutties and why are they tweeting so much? And I was like, oh, that's my podcast. And they go, how are you tweeting if we're watching? I was like, oh, no. Like my buddy's tweeting, blah, blah, blah.
My bad.
They go, I'm going to have to listen. And I said, yeah, please get us above 8 viewers. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So might have a couple extra listeners. Guys, if you're listening, appreciate you checking in. Let me know what you think. They won't listen, though. They're fake friends. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck. Now they're going to listen and be like, oh, we're fake. The other one, dude, Virginia and Purdue are the fade in March teams for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. I actually...
Virginia burned me, too.
In my brackets, I had Purdue out in the second round. I talked about that on the podcast last week. I never thought they were going to lose in the first round. Virginia, luckily, I had Furman beating Virginia in probably 3/4 of my brackets. I don't know why, but I did. I guess the stats that I read off last week kind of led up to that a little bit. So, but yeah, I did have Furman.
Sorry, I'm looking. I had Furman spread. Oh, I had Furman too. Why did I think Virginia
took Furman spread and I took Furman money line?
Oh, I'm getting my shit confused. My work bracket, I had Virginia going to the Final Four. That's what it was. See, here's my problem. I did all my shit at different times. I did my work bracket really early. I took my time on Phil's. And then I think I bet Furman, though. I don't remember. Not that big of a deal. I was only doing a little bit of amounts. I do want to hit real quick. Friday, I went 8-8. Or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday, I went 8-8.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Thursday was an average day.
And then Friday, I went, what was it, 14-5 or something?
No, it wasn't that much. It was like 7-3.
I bet every game.
Yeah. So
and then I live bet at the bar. Losses. But anyways, I started the day 10-1. I do remember that. My only loss was, what was my only loss that day? Fuck.
Oh, find it.
I was just thinking about all this today.
I will find it. You just keep talking.
All right.
Okay, so through day 2. Wait, that's not right. You had Providence.
It was the over in the Kennesaw State Xavier game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Providence. So I guess Maybe I was 8-2. Because I did a 10-pick parlay with my first 10 picks. $1 for like $4,000 or something, and I only lost 2 of them. It was like, oh shit, should have done a round robin. Damn. What did we miss here?
That lost bad because I had Purdue money line in it.
We talked about Princeton. FAU, scumbag behavior. That pissed me off.
Yeah,
and he missed it too, right?
Yeah, that one hurt me because all year I tweeted out that college basketball trend earlier in the year, and FAU is my big team to follow because they were so good against the spread, and I just bet them all the time. Came to the tournament, they were matched up against Memphis, and I was like, fuck. Like, this has got to be the worst possible matchup for me. You're giving me Memphis, a team that's hot, the city I'm moving to, maybe one of my new college basketball teams.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But they were so hot, they ran their tournament, and now you're making me pick between one of the hottest teams and one of my favorite teams to bet on. So in my brackets, I took Memphis, and then I bet on FAU. They covered against Memphis and won. Going to the next game, bet on FAU. They didn't cover, and then they pull off the scumbag move of up 8, going for the open, just nobody even trying to contest you.
Windmill
360 dunk, and you bricked it off the back of the rim.
What was their spread?
And I was like 15.5.
Oh, okay.
Because they were playing FDU.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I want to bet on them just because that's what my that's what my gut tells me. But
who they got? Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to take
Yeah.
them as my long shot. But then I remembered I hate them.
Yeah, that was once this tournament's done, I'm done betting on them. But yes, they do play Tennessee. I think they're 4.5-point underdogs right now.
Tennessee is
another tough
matchup.
matchup
Is that
for
one
me.
of your backup teams too? Because your girlfriend's going
Yeah,
there?
it's
Okay.
not just a backup team. They're my second college team.
I have a Tennessee hat, and it's one of my favorite hats. I bought it. I was in Tennessee going to Florida when I bought it.
Oh, speaking of FDU real quick, props to the coach for getting a bigger coaching job with Iona today. He took over Rick Pitino's old job.
He already changed. That's crazy.
Yeah, so Rick Pitino signed a 6-year deal, went to St. John's, and then the coach from FDU took a job on a 5-year deal, I think, at Iona. So
Nice. Good for him. I liked the video of him talking about fishing. Did you see that one?
yeah.
Cool, dude. We already pretty much hit on MSU, man. I'm telling you, watch out. Joey Hauser is all year.
Fuck Joey Hauser.
Just hang on.
That dude was committed to Wisconsin, backed
Really?
out. Him and his brother were both committed to Wisconsin, backed out, and went somewhere else.
Okay, anyways, all my friends
from
around
Wisconsin.
here are state fans, right? So I end up watching a lot of state games. And I have fallen in love with Joey Hauser because state fans hate him. Because he's just like an average gumpy dude that isn't going to win you any games, but he's not really going to lose you any. But I just love when he bangs a 3 because his form is just whack. But
Yep.
he's actually playing really well. He had a double-double on Sunday. And then in their first game, he dropped like 18 or 19. So watch out for Joey Buckets. Is he from Wisconsin?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I remember you saying something about that. Now, the Mountain West, do you know what their record was? You don't have to look, but...
They were like... Actually, I have it written down because it was one of my stats last week. They were 0-8 in the last 4 years.
Yes, but what is their record for this tournament? I went 8-8 that day. I don't give a fuck. The next day, I went 14-5, so suck my dick.
2-3, but you decided to bet on Boise and Utah State.
Utah State was like I was high on them. I told you I got sucked into that travel stat. That was stupid.
Yeah.
They traveled like 2 days early too, so it's fucking stupid ass dumb bullshit.
Doesn't even matter. Yeah.
But I saw a bet.
Anyways,
it was like Mountain
sucks.
West over under 2.5 tournament wins or something. And I was gonna take the under because they were 0-8, and I think it hit though.
They only have 2. SDSU's won 2 games.
But they're still in the tournament.
Yeah, so they have to win their next game.
Well, it
And
isn't.
they
No, there's
play-
one more team. There's one more team left.
No.
Yeah. No, never mind.
No.
Never mind.
So
You're right.
SDSU plays Bama, and that's the only team from the Mountain West that's left.
Yep. So maybe it would.
Bama's not losing.
Under. The under wasn't. The under was the underdog too. It was was favor or over 2.5 was
Plus
favored.
money.
Yeah. Or fuck. I just screwed that up. No, I didn't. I said that right. All right. We gotta wrap this up. Where are we at on time? I can't see time. How'd we do?
56 minutes.
Damn, look at us. Look at us. Right back to it like I never left. You got anything else about basketball?
No, UConn's going to win the tourney. Oh, one thing about basketball. Wisconsin's going to win the NIT, and we're back. So Chucky Hepburn just dropped 27 the other day. I fucking hate that dude, but he
What
dropped
round
27
are
the
they
other
in?
day.
Because Michigan lost
quarterfinals?
on Saturday.
I think it's the quarterfinals.
I have a would you rather.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Keep going with Wisconsin.
Wisconsin plays Oregon tonight at 9, and they are 2.5-point underdogs in Oregon. There's 8 teams left.
So that would be quarterfinals, yeah.
Wisconsin is the 5th in betting odds. Plus 800. Might go sprinkle on that.
So I have a would you rather. Would you rather Wisconsin win the NIT or Wisconsin make the tournament but get bounced first round?
I think you have to say make the tournament, get bounced first round, because at least you made the tournament.
I'm shocked, but I agree with you. Because at least, have you watched the NIT games? Because I didn't watch Michigan's games.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, see, you would have watched that tournament game and it would have sucked, but they still made the tournament. You know what I mean? The NIT's just like a participation trophy all these kids are getting these days, brewing a bunch of
What
softies.
I think is weird, what I think is weird is Wisconsin didn't make the tournament. But, obviously they weren't going to put Wisconsin as, a 16, 15, 14. Where's the point where they're just okay, they're not going to be in the tournament?
A lot of those
Wisconsin
seeds
lower than a 12 seed.
It's not possible because those seeds are reserved for certain conferences. I think I saw something about that. You will never see a Big Ten team lower than I think 11 or 12.
Because that's what I was thinking about the other day. Wisconsin 100% is better than Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Right. Yep. But there's certain seeds are saved for a couple of conferences, and they take the winner, and then they go from there, based on record and shit. I could look it up, but it's a big process.
Yeah, I think if Wisconsin wins the NIT, it's going to be kind of.
But
sad,
I agree
though, because it's damn, we were that close.
March Madness would be a lot better if it was the 64 best teams in the country, but
yeah,
you can't do that.
But then you wouldn't get as many Cinderellas FDU.
You wouldn't have Princeton, and you wouldn't have a 16. You'd have 16 seed upsets all the time. So they're not going to change it now, obviously. But I did want to do a weekend preview because I have a really fun weekend coming up. I'm going to the Sault Ste. Marie. That is. We do a bowling tournament up there. I'll be there all weekend. We're staying at a casino. So next week's weekend recap is going to be, dare I say it, electric.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. This trip's awesome. My dad goes, the one that hates the word electric. Shout out to Pops. But I do want to throw out. I want to throw out another lock. I want to add a lock, and it's for me to come home either even or up money. But it's across gambling, but also the bowling, because you can do brackets, which is set up like March Madness. First game, you bowl this guy. If you beat him, you bowl this guy. If you beat him, now you're in the finals. So I'm going to do those two, and you can basically, if you win it, you double your money. Or you take the pot, I guess.
How do I bet against you?
You can't because it's too big of a favorite. I'm actually going to make that a long shot.
Damn.
Because that would definitely be plus 1,000 for me to come home up money when I'm staying at a casino for 2 nights. So
yeah.
Let's see if we can start this off right. Did you want to preview your weekend? You got anything fun?
I don't. I will be betting on basketball again, which I've been pretty freaking good on betting March Madness so far. I've made a lot of money off of March Madness games so far, so I'm hoping I can keep that rolling. Otherwise, I might get out to a couple bars this weekend. I think I might have plans on Saturday. I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, not much. I hopefully can get my golf net out and start hitting in the yard. I did go to a simulator 2 weeks ago. That was nice. I shot a 111. That was
yikes.
rough. Yeah, well, I got fucked over because one of the holes, there was like water right in front of the green.
Mm-hmm.
And my ball rolled and it was like behind a tree. Or no, I hit it into the water on one. So then the drops it gave me, I was like, oh, I'll just pick this drop or whatever. The drop was literally up against the backside of a tree. And I was like, well,
You can move that, by the way.
it wouldn't let me. So then
Oh, you gotta learn the controls, brother.
it was Golf Galaxy, not X Golf.
Oh, never mind then.
So I just was like, all right, I'll just hit a short chip shot and try to bounce it off the tree and get back out. So then it rolls to the right, and the right there was like a concrete wall before you get to the water. And I was like, oh, whatever, like I can just hit over that. That's fine. It's like not tall. It's level with the ground. So I hit it. No, apparently there's a lip on the fucking concrete wall that I hit off of 3 times. Twice it went into the water. So I ended up just picking up my ball on that hole and
So you
lost like
you had
10
a couple
strokes.
you had a couple blow ups is what you had.
But it was not me related. It was simulator
Yeah, I guess.
problems.
All right.
Yeah.
My roulette is loaded. 30 just hit 2 rolls ago, so you might not want to take 30.
How many are we going?
You're going to pick 3, I'm going to pick 2.
All right. Let me know when.
Take your time. They're rolling now. Let's see. We got 8, 33, 36 on the Lightning. I want to hit a number because that would be a great start to my weekend. Oh, and I told Frankie he agreed that if we hit our, oh my God, 9 just hit. Fuck. If we hit a number, then we're going to say on the count of 3 a color. And if we agree, then we're going to put all of it on that number or that color. Try to double up. All right. I'm taking 2 and 0.
23, 24, and 30.
Okay. And I've got 2
Gotta
and
get
0.
the Kobe number. Can't let that Kobe number
Oh, it
burn
was
us.
3 on the last one. Actually, not 9, but I still do bet 3. Let's see if I can show you this. Lightning numbers 20, 23, and 27.
Oh, 23.
That's a nasty glare right there. What do we got? No.
Oh, no.
No, they're cheating us. We got the loading screen. Is that green?
Oh,
it's
we're
9. What is that? 23? Oh, 32. It's
32.
backwards because of the camera. God
Damn.
damn it. It was fucking
What was
backwards.
the Lightning number on 23?
50X.
Damn.
God damn it. I got all excited, dude. It was backwards. Oh.
That's tough. We're cold.
Dude, we haven't hit in 3 months? Nah, that's an exaggeration. I
No,
think
it
2,
hasn't
though.
been that long.
It's been long enough to where I don't remember what it feels like to be happy anymore. All right. Hey, listen, everybody.
Okay.
Have a great weekend. Hit some tanks. Enjoy some. I just forgot. God damn. Holy shit, dude. What is going on with me? I forgot our outro. Hit some tanks. Enjoy
Adore some tutties.
Adore some tutties. Hang on. Let's restart that. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks. Adore some tutties. See you next week. Hopefully have a good weekend at the casino.
Peace.